Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of this video. We're going to break down some of the things we did at home to help my daughter who was struggling and diagnosed with a speech delay. So let's go. Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to part 2 of this video where I'm going to talk about some of the things we did at home to help my daughter who was struggling and diagnosed with a speech delay. Again, disclaimer, I'm not a speech therapist, just sharing what we did at home that helped my daughter. So one of the biggest things you can do that I know doctors are going to tell you first thing is to just read with your child. Read with them. I know we all do it anyway, but just do it a little more. Honestly, get the interactive books too, where there's things that pop up, things that interact with them. Reading helps so much. You might not think it at the time, but what they absorb, it's just crazy. So the more you interact with them, the more you read with them, the more they're going to be able to develop certain words and sounds quicker. So when she was first diagnosed, one of the first things we did was to start teaching her sign language. And actually the doctor recommended doing that, therapists would recommend doing that. And it's scary at first. I was like, there's no way my 1.5-year-old is gonna learn sign language. Like, you're insane. But it's absolutely amazing how quickly kids, especially little kids, catch on, especially to any other language. It's absolutely miraculous what they just soak in. It's crazy. So we started with 10 simple signs. We would do, hungry, thirsty, bath time, the word more. So that way she could start to communicate with us. She could tell us when she wanted more of something or when she was hungry or tired. And that helped so much. And not only did it help her being able to communicate with us, it helped me as a mom, because you're sitting there thinking like, oh my gosh, like what's wrong with my child? Like something's wrong with her. And it's absolutely heartbreaking. You feel, I don't want to say you feel like a failure, but you're like, what? Like, why is this happening? Like, it's a horrible feeling to just know that there's anything wrong with your child, whether it's something as simple as a speech delay or anything more serious. It's just an unsettling feeling. Plus, they always give you that just scary red flag at the doctor's office, like, oh, speech delay means autism spectrum. That's scary. That's a scary word for your child to be on. So that was so reassuring to me as a mom, teaching her sign language and having her then communicate with me with the signs. And it was like, oh my gosh, like she's not on the, autism spectrum right now. Like, she can communicate with me. She understands. She can comprehend this. She's just struggling in the speech department. So I really recommend teaching you signs. There's actually books you can get, like pop-up books with the certain signs that we would read every night. And she loved it. And it helps them so much too when they can communicate with you and you can understand them. It's a great feeling for you as a parent, knowing that they're understanding me, they're on the right path, we're doing something right. And it's a great feeling for the child too, knowing that you can understand them as a parent. Something else we did was whistles. You can purchase like a pack of 10, 12 whistles on Amazon, and I didn't know this, but through my research realized that whistles are very good at developing the child's mouth and jaw muscles, because in the majority of the time, like in my daughter's case, her jaw and her mouth and tongue muscles are not developed enough in order for her to create the sounds. She's really struggling in that department. So whistles, you kind of purse your lips to blow a whistle, and it helps with the motor function and the, muscle memory control in the jaw. Also straws. We put a straw in her sippy cups. We put a straw in anything she could, because doing that sucking motion with a straw, same muscles, it's helping to develop those muscles more. Something else we did that her dentist recommended was when we brush her teeth at night, to take the toothbrush and to start doing tongue exercises. So we would take the toothbrush, push the tongue down, push it up, side to side, play a little game with her, and it's a way to help develop the tongue muscles as well. And that can be really helpful, because that's a big issue with kids. It's just the tongue, it gets in the way, they don't know how to control it yet, and it prevents them from saying the certain sounds. Also, animal sounds in the beginning. When she was struggling with talking, we would just make the sounds for certain things. So when we were playing with animals, we would try to make the sound they make. A cow goes moo, and she would start to say moo because she was trying to recreate that sound. She couldn't say cow, but she could say moo, and they get a kick out of that. It's a lot of fun. And I absolutely loved the YouTube videos. Honestly, I had her watch a YouTube video a day, and it was like her therapy time. And there's a channel called Songs for Littles, and it is amazing. I absolutely love this channel. There are 2 girls that do it, and they just help kids so much with certain sounds, and it's specifically for speech delay. It's one of the only channels I've found that is targeted for toddlers' speech delay. I think it's like blown up with COVID because that's the biggest challenge right now. Like, I can't get my daughter into socialization activities where she can talk to and communicate with other kids. Her sibling's 8 months old, and when they don't have that socialization either, it prevents the talking and speech even more. Whenever she's around other kids, her speech and vocab just skyrockets. She's much more interactive. So it's a problem right now with COVID. There's not really much we can do about it. Luckily, more things are opening, but it's still a struggle. We basically have cut her off from, social interaction for the past year because of this, and it has, halted her development in certain areas, and it's unfortunate. So to have something like YouTube where she can go on and have this interaction, it's great. She absolutely loves the videos, and they're very, very helpful. I would highly recommend that channel. Yeah, it's called Songs for Littles, so definitely check that out. And we would have her do that once a day. There are also different techniques you can use for different sounds. So, like I said before, we've passed the part of the speech delay where she's not talking. Her vocabulary has skyrocketed probably in the past 2 to 3 months alone. She's communicating with us fully now, full sentences. She's understanding everything. Now it's just the sounds to make her words clear. So there's a lot of techniques online. Something that we're doing right now for the the C sound or the K sound, is having her lie down. When kids are lying down, their tongue is automatically going to the back of their throat, and then that's going to help them make the G or the K sound because she struggles putting her tongue in the correct position. So that's a great technique. There's a lot of things like that you can do to help with the certain sounds. I'm going to keep sharing my journey with her to let you guys know her progress and other things we've done to help her. We're trying to have a set hour, like twice a week right now, where we just kind of bring her in a separate room of the house. There are certain toys. There are certain flashcards. Flashcards are great too. She loves flashcards. And we will work with her for about a couple hours a week to really work on certain sounds. And a lot of the cases, once they do it a couple times, they're good. It's just doing it a couple times to get them to that level. And I really just want to reiterate the fact that it's okay if your child has a speech delay or they have a delay in anything. It's okay. It doesn't mean you're a bad mom. It doesn't mean we're doing anything wrong. It's okay that not everyone's a cookie cutter and on the same level. Kids develop differently. People are different, and that's okay. Kids learn differently. They, develop things in their own time, in their own way, and that's completely fine. And we need to stop being so nervous that there's something wrong with our child, or they're not up to the same level as other kids, or putting other moms down because, oh, well, they should know that by now. What do you mean they're not doing that? I can't believe there are 3 and they can't say that word. That's not the attitude we need to have, especially right now with everything going on in the world. There's so many kids, not just toddlers, but so many kids in the school system that have had challenges because of all of this. So we just need to have a little more empathy with everybody and think of what we can do to help each other, because that's what it comes down to. We need to stop judging, and I think that's one of the biggest things for me as a mom, taking her to places or programs where other kids are at certain levels and she's not. It's the judgment you get from the other parents and they're like, oh, your kid isn't where they need to be. I'm aware, I know we're working on it and everyone's different, and I promise you that just because your kid is underdeveloped in maybe speech, they're probably very highly developed in other areas that you don't even realize. Like, I know for a fact that my daughter's comprehension, reading comprehension, everything is higher than where it is normally should be, but her speech is delayed. So things are going to balance out, and I bet you money that your child, if they have a delay in one area, they're excelling in another. And honestly, by the time they finish kindergarten, they're usually all on the same page anyway. But it's unsettling when they have a speech delay or any delay. I hope my experience helped you guys a little bit. Please share yours if any of your kids have had speech delays. What did you do? When did you notice it? If anything helped, I would love to hear and share what you guys did with others too. I'm definitely going to keep you guys updated as far as my daughter's progress and how she does. If by September, October, when she starts preschool, there's still no progress, we will make the difficult decision and figure out how to get her into therapy again, because she's getting to the point where she's frustrated, and that's the biggest reason why we kept seeking therapy, was because of her frustration, because it's hard when she keeps saying something and I don't know what she's saying. My husband can't understand her. That's the part for me that's the hardest, is just when she gets frustrated, because I don't ever want her to feel like she's not good enough or that we can't understand her. So that's why we made the decision to really start to work with her, attempt to get her into therapy, is just because of her level of frustration she was having. If she was happy as a clam and it didn't bother her, and I knew that she was going to get there at some point, maybe I wouldn't have pushed it so much. But you have to do what's best for you and for your child. Just know you guys are doing a great job. It's not easy. And please share your stories with your own kids if they had any type of delay or speech delay. And again, I'll keep you guys posted. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this kind of reassured you guys, maybe helped some of you guys who have kids going through slow speech or a speech delay. Shoot me any questions you have, and like always, be sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel so you can check out all the other videos I have coming your way, and like always, stay happy, healthy moms. Bye guys.